guys, thanks for tuning in. This is Optibottoms coming at you with another video review. And today we're going to be taking a look at the new IGear IGTF005 Shark Attack Squad. Now, if you recall, some time ago I reviewed the Unique Toys Sharkies. Nowadays, it seems when we get one company that makes a third-party item of a character, we get another one. And as I said, first we got the Unique Toys version, now we got the IGear one. And I wanted to get this because I wanted to see the difference between the two. Because really, they look very similar. As you can see from the package, a very large box. For comparison, here's Optimus Prime, so there. So you get an idea of how big it is. And much like with what IGear has used for their tagline throughout their history, we got till all are fun. You come around here to the top and you got the Cyber Shark to Robot Warrior and back again. You come around to this side, same thing, and then you come around here to the back, and you got a nice little read-up, as well as some wire images of each of the figures. Now, each one is a little bit different. We'll touch on that a little bit, but we have Brody, Hooper, and Quint. And if you're a fan of classic movies such as Jaws, you'll recognize those names. And then, like I said, you got a nice little read-up here on their bio, I suppose. But overall, very nice looking packaging. Like I said, you do get all three of them in here, so I'll take a look at all of them for you, and I'll do a nice comparison to the Unique Toy versions, so that you guys know what you're getting with each. But that's about it, so let's get these guys open and see how cool they actually are. Alright guys, so here we have the Shark Attack Squad open up and out of their packaging. And one really nice touch, much like with a lot of the IGear figures, you do get a couple collectible cards with very nice thickness, very similar to how credit cards are, so you do have those. And the instructions right here, and you can see it's 12 steps, so apparently IGear is following the Hasbro philosophy for simplified Transformers. But really nice image here in the back. You got those guys, and then you come around here to the top. Of course, you got, well, their Grimlock, you got Wheelie, a whole bunch of other Sharkticons. You come around here. I mean, a really nice little bit right here. And now we come to the figures themselves. I will say that I do like these guys in terms of their size. The size is a lot nicer and a lot bigger than what the Unique Toys ones is. That's one thing that I do really appreciate. And there's a lot of other subtle differences on here that I really like. And all in all, I'm very happy that I got these. But there's a lot of things on the Unique Toys figures as well that I really think works very nicely over there. So it's really going to come down to personal preference, what you like and what you think looks best. One thing that I've really absolutely grown to appreciate is that one thing with these Sharkticons, or Sharks, whatever, is they have two rows of teeth on the top and the bottom. I think that's phenomenal. It's very much like how a real shark is. And I really think that it looks cool. Now, with the Unique Toys version, they only had one row of teeth. And that gave it a little bit more of a G1 look. When it comes down to it, these guys have, in my opinion, a little bit more of an updated look. Whereas those Unique Toys ones have a little bit more of a G1 kind of look. Now, starting off with the actual shark mode, because I always start with the alternate modes, you can see a very nice looking shark. It's really cool. The back kind of gets a little weird for me, so just bringing in the competition, as it were. Here's the IGear version, and here's the Unique Toys one. Now, you can see a big size difference here. One thing that I really do appreciate on the Unique Toys ones is that the back just, I think, looks a little bit better. I really do believe that the engineering for this is superior to what we got with the IGear one. This just looks a lot more streamlined. Both have the weird kind of bottom section that there's not really much that you can do with it. Just the back here just looks so much better. This kind of looks odd, honestly. It doesn't look as streamlined, I don't think. One other thing that I really do like on the Unique Toys ones is I like the chrome eyes. I think that looks a little bit nicer than the yellow translucent ones here. I mean, that's not bad by any stretch of the imagination, but if I were to pick, I'd probably go with this. One thing that I absolutely love is the legs on here bend right here at the, I guess, the elbow. That's one thing that this figure didn't do. Remember, it just bends outward, and then if you wanted to rotate it around, you'd have this weird look right here, which just doesn't look appealing from that side. So I love the fact that this has a bend right here. It's a natural movement. I think it's great. Then the smaller arms are on ball joints, so you get a nicer range of motion. You can move them in and out, up and down. These ones only move up and down, so it's a lot more limited with the articulation for the little baby arms. But you can bring them down and you can tuck them in. You can have them out a little bit more. I think you get more versatility with the arms like that. Now, this guy is a very sharp object. There's a lot of pointy bits on here. I mean, his feet right here are very sharp. You got a very sharp bit right here. These claws are ridiculously sharp. The teeth, very sharp. You got this pointy bit. So there's a lot of sharp bits on here. So I will say be more careful. This one, it just has the teeth. Not so much. I mean, these are pointy, specifically these right here. So you do want to be careful and not stab yourself. Now, whereas these have these really annoying bits that fall out, which I still haven't actually fixed because I just kind of leave them in this mode and they're perfectly fine when they just sit there. These are very soft. Now, one thing that makes me worried about these is that they do rotate, but when you rotate them, you have to get way down here at the bottom because, as you can see, with as soft as this is, when you rotate it down, it almost makes me worried that you might rip this rubber. And that's very unfortunate. I love the fact that they are more flexible, but it also makes me concerned. Now, the tail also will rotate all the way around. That's just part of it, but this is also very softer rubber. So you do want to be careful, especially since the bit right inside here is a little bit thinner. As you can see, there really isn't much for plastic in between the body and the actual mace. So do be careful if you're going to be flinging it around or whatever. So really nice in terms of the look here for the IGear version of the Sharkticon. Now, the transformation for these is a lot simpler than the Unique Toys one. And I really do appreciate it. Although, like I said, the engineering just, I don't think is good on this as it is the Unique Toys. So first, what you want to do, come around here to the back. You want to detach the tail and set that off to the side, and then pull these legs out. Now, this is really kind of weird. The instructions actually tell you that they're supposed to be left like this, and then they separating them. It's supposed to fit underneath here. For the life of me, I can't get it to look good there. I don't know why. I can't get it to line up nicely. So honestly, I don't even do it that way. And then getting it out is a giant pain in the butt to do. So just straighten it out. I honestly, like I said, I leave them like this when I'm doing it. And I'll show that when I transform it back to the actual shark mode. So straightening these out gives them very nice and very big heels. Bring the legs all the way down, kind of straighten out the legs, just like so. Come around to these arms, you just rotate these back. You can bring these back if you want to. Again, when you rotate it, you want to make sure you get down as close to the base as possible. So bring that, then fold this down. And this bit here is kind of hard to do. You gotta really wedge something in there to get his head to come up. You just can't get your finger in there. It's tough. So you're trying to grab hold of this little bit right in here that you can flick it and bring it down, and then you bring that down, and you got his face. Then you want to take these shoulders, rotate these up, very similar to the Unique Toys one. Rotate that around, tuck his little that shark toes, fold those down, and then you got a metal section here on the side, which is tough to, because I don't have fingernails. Just pull that forward, do that on this side as well. Ow! That one's really tight. That's one thing I will say, that the plastic quality on these is some of the very best that I've gotten on a third-party figure. It's exceptional, and the tightness of the joints is outstanding. So rotate this down, and that's it. You have him in his shark mode, and then depending on how you want to position him, you gotta fiddle with his feet just a little bit to get it, have him standing straight. But there you have him in a shark mode, and it is a wonderful, wonderful, like I said, update to that Sharkticon. Not as G1 looking, but a nice update nonetheless. In terms of his accessories, he does come with this mace weapon that you can peg into his hand right there. You can have him wielding that. All of them obviously do come with it, and then all of them also come with a little blaster. This one, I think, is a much better blaster because with this, you got this top section here, which doesn't go down all the way. You can see it bumps into the upper part of the hand, so you have to do it like so, and it's now kind of angled down. So for me, I don't even bother with this. I like just using his little mace weapon, stick that in there, and I like his smaller blaster. So here you have him in his robot mode. Now, one problem that I do have, I've seen it on a lot of people's figures, and I don't know if it's meant to be this way or what, but the shoulder bits are flippy, floppy messes. Every single one of them are. And I really don't know why. I mean, I know why they're flippity floppity, but I don't even know why they move, because they don't affect the articulation. As you can see, the arms move in and out on a ball joint, so you get that whole thing. I don't know why you would need this to move. They should almost be stationary. So it's like, I want to glue these down so they don't move or anything. And it really bugs me because they're constantly flippity floppity. The other part that I don't really particularly like is the way that it's designed. When you get them standing up straight, you really can't see the face very much because these teeth are right there. So what they actually show you to do is kind of lean them forward and angle the head back. So you have them walking around like this in order to see the head straight on. That I don't particularly like, because he shouldn't be lunging forward like that. So it's interesting how they do it that way. But as I said, the plastic quality on here is just exemplary. It really is. This feels extraordinarily sturdy and very well made. As I said, all the joints are also very stiff on them. Now, bringing in the Unique Toys one, this is where you're seeing a real big difference and what a lot of people are liking a whole lot more. The proportions for this are really kind of wacky. The legs are smaller to really facilitate that tuck-in sort of transformation, which gives it a nicer look, I think. But it also gives them a very squat, rounded body, and it honestly looks weird. I mean, I don't mind it. I think it looks good. As I said, it does give me a very G1 look. The G1 toy had very thin legs and a very large body, so I dig that. This is a much nicer, upgraded, more modern look for these guys. So while for me these are my masterpiece ones, which I display with Grimlock, these are absolutely going to become my classic versions. The biggest thing that I don't necessarily like in this mode would be its legs. When you come around here to the side, it just really looks thin and hollow in here, whereas these are all one solid leg. It's a nice representation of legs, blah blah blah, but this just has a very hollow, odd shape to it, which throws me off for him. It's not bad. You do have to, like I said, position his legs very delicately to get him to stand here, but thank goodness they thought of those very nice heels. It really helps to balance them out nicely. Without those heels, he would be toppling all over the place. Now, as far as I can tell, due to the fact that he's missing an eye, and you can sort of see that with this, it's a black paint on his eye here. You got one red paint and then one dark eye. This is Quint, but you can see a lot of similar design elements on here. I do really like how these arms fold back and things like that. It's, again, a nice nod to the G1 look, I suppose, but I do get the criticism about these guys looking big and bulky and kind of funny looking, how oddly proportionate they are. Whereas these ones, they don't do anything. You just fold that back or rotate the arm back and around. So you do have that. So Quint does have a far superior looking robot mode, I think, with the exception of the legs. Now, setting him to the back, this guy here, he's got a little just a sad, well, not sad face, just like a little grimace. So looking at the card for that, I think that's Brody, because that's what matches with the face sculpt there. And this goofy guy with a bit of a grin on his face is Hooper. Zoom in so that it just looks funny because he's just dangling there with his smile. But getting in here so that you can see that the face sculpts are a little bit different. Quint here, like I said, has the busted eye and then a grimace. Brody just has a grimace for the most part. And then Hooper has actually a scratch on the side of his face, which, well, you can't see. The camera wants to go crazy, but you can sort of see a little bit of a scratch there along there we go. You can see it coming down across the side of his face. So I don't know what he's smiling about, but he's a smiling, happy guy. Now, articulation on him is really very nice. And like I said, all the joints are extremely stiff. The head is on a nice ball joint, so a good range of motion there. It looks up, down, left, right, whatever you want to do. The shoulders here are on ball joints, so they move in or forward, back, in, out, side to side, all that. Rotates at the upper part of the bicep, bends here at the elbow. Nothing at the wrist. It just moves in and out as part of the transformation. You come around here, he does rotate at the waist, that very stiff joint. The hips move forward and back, although they don't go forward all the way. So that's as far forward as they go. They move in and out. They're actually not on ball joints. They're just swivels. Lots of swivels here. It rotates at the upper part of the thigh, bends at the knee, then the foot moves forward and back on a swivel, and then it has a pivot side to side. So a lot of articulation in it. It's because he's back heavy, you're not going to get a lot of dynamic action poses with him, but you can position them. So all that articulation is very helpful. And how to transform these guys back, like I said, it's a little bit different than what the instructions tell me to do, but I don't think it's all that bad. First, you want to take the head and push it all the way back. I mean, I guess you don't have to push it all the way back. You could leave it like that. But when you open his mouth, that's going to be there. So when you push it all the way back, it kind of hides it a little bit better. But if you leave it forward, it's a little bit easier to get out. You really have to grab these little side bits. And if you have fingernails, it's good, but I don't, so I'm sure not everybody's going to have that same problem. Lift the jaw up just like so. You can rotate these little arms, position those around, rotate the shoulder down just like so. Do that on both sides. And again, I don't get why these just don't stay in position. Take these, fists, push them up, fold out his little shark toes, and I like how you can feel that there's a little bit of a friction joint right there, that when you push it down, it kind of grabs it. I like that. Do that on this side as well. Push that up, fold that down, lock that into place right there. Okay, now we're going to come around here to these, well, we're going to lift these up, get those out of the way. We're going to come here to these feet, and like I said, the instructions tell you to go like this and fold these around, and then in this empty cavity, tuck these in. Except, like I said, it doesn't really seem to fit in there well. I don't quite get it. And then when you're pushing this in there, this is very sharp. That hurts when you're pushing on it. So honestly, for me, I just take these and fold them up like this. When you actually get them out of the package, that's how they are anyhow. So you can fold that, and they rest up along the side, the back of his thighs anyhow. So they stay there fairly well, and then just tuck that in. Do that on this side as well. Rotate that around. Then you can position these, squeeze the two lower halves together, then position these in, kind of give those a nice little push so they're sort of on a little bit of an angle, but you have that. Take a tail, that's the wrong tail, take a tail, put that in there, that locks into place, kind of rotate that, fiddle that around. And here you have Brody, I think it was. Did I transform Brody? Yeah, I got Brody transformed here. So here you have him back in his shark mode. And, well, actually, I mean, I guess you could leave these down like that. Makes him a little bit taller even. So we're just going to set him there. But there you have him back in his shark mode. Now, the bottom line is, when you're deciding on if you want to get these or the Unique Toys ones, you have to consider what you want to put these, what kind of collection you want to put these in. For me, these are absolute wonderful updates to the Sharkticon character. They have a more modern look and really have a little bit more of an aggressive nature
to them, and I really dig that. So for me, these are going to go in my classic display, which is what I kind of think of when I think of classic figures, updated versions of their originals. The Unique Toys one is still a nice piece in of itself, but that's more of an original G1 homage, I think. And for me, scales better with the Masterpiece figures. So as I said, it really depends on where you want to put these in your collection. I love them. I think they're well worth picking up. They are a little bit more expensive than the Unique Toy ones, but they are also bigger. And for your money, the plastic really actually feels a little bit more sturdy. That's not to say that the Unique Toy ones are bad or have lower quality. These just feel a little bit higher. So if I were to give it a number, say this is a 9, the Unique Toys would be an 8. It's really that close. So it just depends, as I said, where you want to put these and what you want in your collection. But I like them, and I really do highly recommend picking them up. So if you are interested in getting these guys, go ahead and click on the link down in the video description. You'll go to Big Bad Toy Store, where for the most part, BBTS is the I don't want to say exclusive place where you can get these, but they're really the only place here that I've seen in the US that are carrying these. So if you click on that link, you'll go there and you can pick these guys up and add them to your collection today. But beyond that, that's about it, guys. So once again, I want to thank you for tuning in. This has been Optibotimus. Keep in touch with me. Find out recent purchases as well as all upcoming video reviews all at facebook.com/TeamBotimus and by following me over on Twitter at twitter.com/Optibotimus. And don't forget to check out my new website at OptibotimusReviews.com. Also, if you like this review, don't forget to please rate, subscribe, and share this video. And until next time, I'll talk to you later.